What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. I want to make this one quick, and I just want to kind of address some stuff, in the relative time frames. It is CPI day today. We have had our CPI report. I think it came out 0.2% lower than expected, which is good. So that's bullish news. And what did we get? We had a pump on this bullish news. I think I would expect this is what this whole move up actually was based off CPI day. And in classic fashion, after the report or during the report, I don't know, we actually sold out of it. And I say classic fashion, it's not classic to sell, it's just classic that whatever move we do before the report, we tend to revert back afterwards or during it. So if we went down before the report and the report came out bullish or bearish, it wouldn't surprise me if we pumped afterwards. Looking at this, it looks like we have a little higher high temporarily, but ultimately, really, guys, all we have is just another lower high. And if we were to take a trend line from here to this top here, we have a very solid rejection. So I would say that is a solid rejection. We didn't hang, we didn't dwindle around here. We have a higher bit of volume than we've had in a while. The last time we had this high of volume, it was our last top. So it is nice to see increasing volume as you're moving up, but it's really not that significant of a volume. And again, it's kind of crazy. It's not really that crazy, but the most significant volume that we've seen in a while came on this very bearish candle. I don't think that's a good thing. The 4-hour RSI looks pretty good. I know last night I was saying hugging it like this, it kind of makes me think that we would go lower. So I definitely, if I was trading this, which I wasn't, if I was trading this, I would have missed this move, which, ultimately, from where we were talking about it, I don't know, it was like around here. That's like a 7.7% move. I would have missed it, but whatever. At the current price, it's 2.5%. So I'm not kicking myself over this too much. I'm really not worried about this, and especially because even though we went up, we gave it back, man. We broke above this closing high here, and we gave it back immediately. We gave it back with a strong force. So I'm not really too worried about this, and where we rejected off of this line, I'm really not too worried about it personally. The bearish position I have is still in full effect, but I wanted to make a video saying, and I know I'm a little bit late. I don't have the availability to make videos all day, but I try. I try to make them when I can. So here we are. I would expect that this kind of behavior, where we're moving up into the stronger limits of the RSI and then rejecting it. We're moving up stronger and then rejecting it. We're moving up. We're not having sustained moves in this range. We're just getting up there and then rejecting it. I would expect that this implies we're probably not going to be up here for long, right? A strong move, you hang out in the upper areas. You don't reject them. You reject going lower. You reject it. That's what stronger moves. And then you look at the price, right? Look at the price, and that's exactly what you got, right? You got a stronger move going up. But now what we're doing is we're rejecting these very zones that we were holding as support before. We're rejecting them, and we're staying up there for a second, for a candle or two, 1 to 2 candles at the most, and then coming down again. I do think that we are getting prepared for our final move down. It hasn't happened yet. I've been saying that for days now, man, but I am still bearish, and I don't know. I want to do a quick little update on this because, CPI day. It's a day. It's a news day. I don't really pay attention to the news too much, but I think CPI information is important of all the things. I think there's a lot of traders that do, and that's why we get some pretty wacky price action leading up to the CPI report and afterwards as well. Again, when I say wacky price action, that could mean that this dump could be just as wacky as the pump. We might give the dump back and we might go higher, and that would be a good thing. At the moment, I'll finish the video off with this. At the moment, from here, let's see here. Take a fib from this high to the bottom of this range. We can see that after the anchor point, we came up to the 0.69, really the 618 area. We rejected it, came down, held support on the 236. This is actually very bullish. It actually is a nice thing whenever you do this. The expectation, in my opinion, would be to break the 618, but we didn't. We actually found resistance on it again. And at this point in time, I would say that there's two things that are equally as likely. My bias is definitely to the downside, but to be fair, I think they're equally as likely, especially with the fact that we held this 236 and we're above the 382 right now. We're still above the 382 at least. If we get below it, maybe this will change more to the bearish side. But whenever we reject the 618 once, twice like this, I would expect that the next time we come up to it, that we will break it. I would expect that. You don't generally see it flirt around with the 618 too much before breaking it. So 2 rejections like this, I would expect that we break it if we come up to it again. So if we start coming up to about 295, that area, I wouldn't be surprised if we made a move to 310 to 320, somewhere kind of in this range. And the reason I say this range is because that's the 786 and the 886. Normally, when you break the 618, you would expect to see extensions, and the extensions are, are a little bit higher, $356 to almost $400. But that's only if you break the 618 on the first pass, or you break it with ease. You break above it, find support on it. Testing it a couple times like this as resistance, to me, would imply that if we were to break above it, we would probably find resistance, significant resistance, around $310 to $320. Again, that's the 786 to the 886. A deeper retracement, and then ultimately we probably would go lower. And if we didn't go lower, what we'd want to see, if we came up to these levels and you want to continue to go higher, you would want to first come back down and test support in this kind of zone where you previously found resistance multiple times, and then that would be a strong indication that we do go up. I'm not seeing that at the moment, and in fact, I am thinking that that's the one possibility. That's one of the equal possibilities. The other equal possibility, having two rejections like this, is that we actually see an extension off of this move from low to high, which in the extension would be down to 235 to 220, something like that, off of this move alone. That's not where I expect us to bottom. I do think we go even lower than that, but just in the immediate term time frames, this is kind of, again, equally as expectable as the 786 and the 886 deeper retracements would be. And yeah, that's really all I got for you guys. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe. Yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. Have a good day. Take care.